All right, joining us now to speak about this exchange is Jonathan Franks. He's spokesman for the Bring Our Families Home campaign. He was part of the team that worked to help free American Trevor Reed from Russia earlier this year. Jonathan, good to have you on this morning.
Good morning, Jim. Thanks for having me.
So given your involvement in a prior exchange with Russia, prisoner exchange, at perhaps the worst time in decades in terms of broader relations between the U.S. And Russia, tell us how difficult it is and what is involved in making an exchange like this happen.
Well, the exchange is difficult in its own right. The negotiation, I've always said, it's sort of like a used car negotiation with people involved. And, the actual execution is, a very tightly choreographed endeavor. And, this time, if I may, I would just like to say I'm extremely frustrated with a gentleman named Marshall Billingsley, who inexplicably and irresponsibly tweeted this out Wednesday night while it was going on and while American personnel were still conducting it, and thereby endangering the personnel and Brittany Griner, and for some ideological view on Victor Bout.
There has been a lot of pushback, as you know, and a lot of questions about, to Jim's point, about how this went down, how the decisions were made. We have heard from several officials across the administration, that the choice was Brittany Griner or no one. The Whelan family has said they're understandably disappointed, but they agree absolutely with that decision that someone should come home instead of no one. So in terms of that, a little bit more to Jim's point, give us a sense, just how difficult is this? Because as I look at this as an outsider who is following this, Russia held all the cards here. Correct.
They definitely walked into the negotiation with leverage, which is the whole point of kidnapping the Americans in the first place. There's always a movable target when negotiating with these regimes, but Russia seems to be even more into chaos than the others. I think it's without question that President Biden made the right decision in making a 1-for-1. If the choice is 1 or 0, you make the choice for 1, period. And, I just ask people to think a little bit, these people that are pushing back on it, what if it was your loved one, right? I don't think you'd be pushing back.
Okay, let's look at the exchanges if we can to get an indication as to what it may take to get Paul Whelan home. For Trevor Reed, exchange was Konstantin Yaroshenko. He was convicted and sentenced to 20 years in prison for cocaine trafficking, many tens of millions of dollars. We have Griner exchange for Victor Bout, a merchant of death. I mean, she's picked up for 0.7 grams of cannabis oil, and he, supplied wars for decades, right? That kind of thing. Not even trades. If you look at Paul Whelan, do you have any sense of what category of person or exchange that Russia will be looking for here?
Not really, in the sense that they could be looking for a spy, for symmetry. They could be looking for a specific individual. I will say, that the United States continues to have custody of several high-profile Russians that are important to the Kremlin for a number of reasons. So I'm really hopeful that they can redouble efforts, go back to the negotiation table, and the other, the second Russian who was originally supposed to be in this deal can be traded for Paul.
Jonathan, give us a sense of what is happening with Brittany Griner in these moments. Now that she's back on U.S. soil, she's being reacclimated. There are going to be a lot of questions for her about Russia. What are your concerns for her after 10 months in Russian custody?
So just as a general proposition, and again, I don't know whether this is true of her or not, but generally when these folks come back, right, they've been in an environment where they have no free will and they're not allowed to make a single choice, right? They're told when to wake up, when to sleep, when to eat, when to not, when to go to the bathroom, when to not. And then they get off the airplane and they have complete free will. So one of the things about the Army's program, post-isolation support activity in San Antonio, is it is the best program in the world for giving people rehabilitation from this particular set of problems. And, even sometimes when these folks come back, it's hard to sleep on a bed again because they're so used to sleeping on the floor in, a foreign hellhole.
Yeah. Jonathan Franks, always appreciate you joining us. Appreciate your expertise here. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.